Our next speaker is a versatile personality. He is an acknowledged trainer, academician, scholar, writer, and a management consultant. He has done his doctorate in business management and master's in philosophy. He is a national merit holder in electronics-enabled training from Indian Society of Training and Development, New Delhi. He is Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar. Dr. Tomar is a freelance trainer and served the cabinet ministers of state, MLAs, police officers, and tycoons of business world. He has authored the book Rule the World as Krishna Did. He addressed first World Spiritual Parliament Hyderabad, International Conference on Innovative Business Management as a keynote speaker, and his thoughts on impact of Indian philosophy on modern management were also appreciated at Philosophy of Management Conference, Oxford, London, International Conference on Enterprise System and Best Management Practices organized by Global Digital Business Society, USA. He is on a mission of happiness here and now. The aim and objective is universal brotherhood and happiness through harmonizing the knowledge from ancient scriptures into our lives. His message throughout has long been that you can think of happiness or even catch happiness for a while, but you can never buy happiness. Many have found themselves spiritually elevated because of his teachings on Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta, etc. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar.
Namaste, everybody. My topic of talk given to me is spirituality and law of karma. Whether these questions ever came to your mind, listen and raise your hand if they have come to your mind. Did you ever suffer something that you don't think you deserve? Second, did you ever get something which you thought you would never get, but somehow by God's grace you got it? Third, did you ever think this thought came to you, why bad things happen to good people? Fourth, have you ever thought that why an infant child died of disease? What wrong did he do ever for getting that disease and dying out of it? Fifth question, why do I attract this abusive relationship or these difficulty or these patterns again and again in my life? If you have ever thought of these questions, then the answer lies in law of karma. Let's understand law of karma, but before understanding it, we need to start from the beginning. What is the purpose of life? Answer is elevation for liberation. What is liberation? Freedom from all fear. Why do I fear? Because I do not know my true divine nature. Why don't I know my nature? Because of avidya, ignorance. Know what to do now? Get vidya, the right knowledge. Paravidya, knowledge about your true nature. Sa vidya ya vimuktaye, the true vidya is which liberates us. And getting vidya and direct experience. Through vidya, knowledge and direct experience together, I will realize my true nature and then I will be liberated. But then from where do I get that vidya and direct experience? Certainly, if I want to learn something, I need to go to the university. Which is that university? University is universe. And that's why we come to the universe to learn, to realize ourselves. But the moment we enter into the universe, we act. Act to get that direct experience. This karma has two meanings. One meaning is action. Every thought, feelings, words, and action is called karma. It is also called purushartha, my efforts. Second is the results of karma is also called karma. So this results, whenever I do something, I get results. Results can be visible and invisible. Visible result can be seen. I didn't study, I get failed. But invisible results of my good deeds are called punyam. Punyam means invisible positive results of my good deeds that will fructify later. And invisible bad results of my bad deeds, negative results of my bad deeds, are called papa, that I will get later, the results of that, because not everything comes to me immediately. I spoilt my habit of eating. Today only I won't have many diseases. Maybe 10, 20 years down the line, I'll have lifestyle diseases. Later, I will get returns of my bad deeds also. And these both invisible returns of positive deeds and negative deeds, called invisible variables. So all my deeds come back to me. And this papa and punya get accumulated, which is commonly called at akashic records or sanchit karma. So this accumulation of all my deeds ever are called sanchit karma. And a particular part of that sanchit karma will be fructified in this birth, which is called prarabdha karma. So, prarabdha karma are those choiceless situations in which I find myself as a result of all the accumulated karmas that I had in many of the lifetimes. So, whenever I front these choiceless situations, prarabdha, am I helpless? No. I don't have a choice of what situation will come, but I will certainly have a choice that how will I respond to it. So my response to it is called Kriyaman Karma. Kriyaman Karma is the same thing as Purushartha. It is karma. So when I start responding to it, then life start moving. So what will be the quality of my response? How will I respond? Will decide whether will I learn in this university called universe. So what are the basic rules here? If I want to deal with this laws of karmas, there are three laws of karmas that I need to remember. First, every karma will have an effect. Whatever I think, act, speak, or do will or feel will have an impact back on me. Rule number two, law of karma is more powerful than law of land. Law of land, the rules and regulations may leave you, but law of karma will never leave you ever. Third, law of average does not work here. It means I did a bad deed and I did a good deed, they won't get equal and nullified. No. There is a separate punishment for a bad deed, there is a separate prize and reward for a good deed. So both go separately. It's just like judiciary system. If you do good deeds, you'll be applauded. But if you do bad deeds, it won't be nullified because you have done good deeds. Separate punishments. Remembering these three laws, now let's we understand how will I know whether I have learned here in this university to realize myself. Couple of things. Rule number one, my present is the result of the past, and my future is the result of the present. So it's such a encouraging situation I am in. So law of karma tells us to take charge. If you are really learning here, lesson number one that I need to learn here is take charge and act now. Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Lesson number one, act now. Lesson number two, whenever you get confronted by negative situations, problematic situations, negative people, problematic people, call them as learning opportunities, because never forget, we have come here to learn. It is a university. Difficult time, difficult people. These people are the people whom you really needed. And at times, the person whom you needed the most will teach you a lesson that you need actually nobody. So every person and situation is there to teach us something, provided if we focus on learning rather than blaming on the people. So law of karma is not a punishment system. It's a educational tool. It's our evolution plan. Lesson number 3. Remember, there is not a single blow undeserved. Swami Vivekananda said, whatever we are confronting in this life, we have certainly deserved it. Not in a negative sense. We deserve it for our improvement. So don't blame anybody. Just like a TV without remote control, get up and change the channel of your life. Don't blame anybody. Take charge of your life because there is not a single blow undeserved. Lesson number 4. Accept all choiceless situations. Tathata, things are such complete acceptance to all choiceless situations. Lesson number 5. Things will repeat, situations will repeat, patterns will repeat till we don't learn the lesson. So we need to learn the lesson in this university called universe. And the degree, graduate degree, is called moksha. Situations are test papers. People are teachers. Some people are really tough teachers. They will really check your patience and see whether have you really learned something or you are just speaking about it, because speaking is most easy thing. So have gratitude to those masters who are creating difficult situations for you. Remember, universe is infinitely compassionate. We are not doomed for our bad deeds to have born here. We are not original sinners. We have done no sins. We are sent with love to learn that all material elements are subject to decay. Strive diligently. So, next time, whenever you fail, tell yourself it's never too late to start anew. Next time, whenever somebody hurts you, say thank you. Next time, whenever you face a difficult situation, see it as a tough paper, opportunity to learn. Next time, whenever you meet difficult people, call them a tough teacher, checking your real merits. Next time, when you see a choiceless situation, accept it fully, tathata. And next time, when you get a blow, call it journey of life. And when we live life with this awareness, we won't accumulate new karmas. Because this way we will remember our purpose of life, that to realize our true nature. And then we know that our purpose of life is to realize the true nature. Then we will become free, fearless, because there is nothing to worry. We'll come here, learn, and go. Even if we won't learn, we'll go. So, just to summarize, purpose of life is to elevation for liberation. And liberation, why don't we realize ourselves? Avidya, to know Vidya, we come in the university called universe and we act. Action is karma, means action, and the results of action, invisible results. Invisible positive results are called punyam, negative are called papa. Punya papa together is called sanchit karma. Sanchit, the part of sanchit karma that will be fructified in this birth. I will face a situation is called prarabdha karma, and my response to prarabdha karma is called kriyaman karma. And then I need to, whenever I act, and I need to remember 3 laws. First, there will be an effect of every action I do. Law of karma is more important than law of land. There are no law of average in that. 5 learnings I need to learn. First is take charge. It's never too late. Second is learning. Everything is learning opportunities. Third is don't blame anybody. There is no single blow undeserved. Fourth lesson is accept all. And fifth is gratitude. And that's why we can lead a fearless life. This is what we call as law of karma. Thank you very much.
Vikrant, that was an awesome summary of one of the most complicated topic in our scriptures. Usually the karma, it is always perceived as fate, and it is very difficult to understand. People always plays as the victim. So you summarized it very nicely and provided the opportunity how we can use this karma to build our future. That's awesome. So thank you very much for not only just leading from the front, but also giving one of the best lectures. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rajesh. And what is the better than having one of my teachers greeting me for this? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We thank Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar for an excellent session.